vibe. The song is known as Yote Yanawezekana right here on Tukuza. Karibu sana, and it's good to have you. Welcome to church. Welcome home. Thank you very much for joining us. Remember, you can get in touch with us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is at KTN Tukuza. Our hashtag is Tukuza. Get interacting with us. You can also go to our Facebook page, which is Tukuza. Like the page. Weka comment yako pale. Wacha tuzungumze pamoja. Alafu itakuwa vizuri kabisa. And it will be a great blessing to have you together with us as we get to interact. Later on, we'll be having a small child who has on Gifted, who will be singing and doing a poem. He's gifted, so we'll be having him later on. But right about now, we are still with Bishop Peter Ochieng. He's come from Busia County. Just a recap of what he's shared in the testimony, having come from Uko North, Teso North. And God sent a young man from Nyeri who came to his life and preached to him. And he had stayed for quite a while without, how many years did you say? 17 years without having a child. But God sent a young man who came and spoke to his life. And that's where he dedicated his life to Jesus Christ. And then things have been different from that. He was not very sure, but then his faith kept growing until 4 years later on, God was actually able to. So you actually got your first child after 21. That's about 21 years, right?
21 years.
21 years. But God gave you speed, eh?
Yeah.
Watoto wakakuja kabisa.
We had to stop.
You had to stop.
Yeah.
And God has blessed you. I mean, your children are doing very well. One has graduated from University of Nairobi Electrical Engineering in Netherlands. Your last one is in Mangu High School today. And we bless God for that. And then God gave you, a passion for ministry. Then you are working with the Ministry of Education. But then slowly, ukakuwa interdicted how many times, Daktari?
Suspended once. Interdicted once. Warned seriously once. I think those were enough for God to...
Yes.
To promote me. In each I was promoted. So
every time you're suspended, a promotion comes.
Yeah.
You're interdicted, a promotion. You're warned seriously, a promotion comes.
And those are the only promotions I got.
Wow. Yeah. And that happened because you said you will stick on integrity.
Yes.
You will not take these guys to other places because you want to impress them.
And actually that is what is happening even today. Mm-hmm. People like to use workers the way they want. Right. But for me, I think I said no. Mm-hmm. But I've seen, it's unfortunate that many of the people I used to tell have passed on. In fact, more than 20.
Wow. So God has lifted you in ministry right now. Yeah. You tell us what specifically you're doing. You're in charge of the bishops, the fellowship in Busia.
Yeah, and I have a fellowship in Busia. Okay. But one important thing I discovered is that what God is doing, is raising servants. Because even today, with me, just a quarter, maybe 1/8 of the servants in the ministry.
Okay.
And most of them are doing better than me, the way I see.
Wow.
And I can see they are headed even far. Like the one, of course, who made the connection.
Right.
Yeah, he's the one in charge of my coordination of my programs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So at least that bring him that far, it was not easy.
And Bishop, ukona humility, eh?
Well, then it is God's.
and I mean it's very scriptural. When you lift yourself, that's usual. Like you need to live, because very few bishops will want to say there are people in my ministry who are better than me. A lot of them will want to to stand there and say I am the best. These guys are drawing from me.
I thought you are producing children to go further than you.
Wow.
Yeah, because there are more challenges awaiting them more than where you have reached.
That's right.
Yeah, so they are the people with the more focus than yours.
Yes. So God has given you a ministry you're doing in Africa.
So in Africa we call it Africa Revival and Evangelistic Network.
Okay.
What this one means is that the vision is to keep a flame. Yeah, that is the power of God.
Right.
The word of God must be kept alive in all our Christian churches. And we should be able to evangelize.
Wow.
So Aaron is aligned to the Great Commission Jesus left. So I believe in a lively church. Where if praises go, it must be serious praises.
Okay.
That people feel the Lord is really coming down. And if you are praying for the sick must be seen, feeling that there is something that has happened.
That's true.
So from there I also discovered that when one comes from sin land to Holy Land,
yes,
it doesn't come to sit.
I like that.
Yeah,
they want to see manifestation.
Correct.
And today, Bishop, a lot of people are going to churches where false prophecies happen, where they are being conned because they want to see manifestation.
In fact, that's not what they even want.
Yes.
They attach manifestation to something else.
Exactly.
Because if it is manifestation,
yes,
it really humbles a person. I've seen a lame walk or a blind see in my life, and I got more humbled than even before.
Wow.
Because I discovered when God does that, you get really put down. Because how has it happened?
Right.
It's not by might, not by power, but by the Spirit
of God. And that's why for you say you desire a church that has
alive. Because if the word of God is alive,
right,
and it's powerful, why should a church have people sleeping and there's nothing happening? They enter the way and they leave even the church worse than they entered. So I feel they must be, although of course you'll never miss to have the weeds.
Right.
But we shall keep on weeding.
Yes.
The weeds.
Okay.
Yeah, in the faith of the Christians.
Great. About leadership.
Yeah.
And you have interacted with a lot of the county governments and just spoken to them and challenged them as well. How has that been?
Well, what I've learned is that what I've discovered from there, and this is what God even is ministering to me most of the time, that leaders succeed with the right advice. But you see, who should advise a leader? Not somebody who's dependent on him. So that kind of thing. Or not somebody who wants something.
Yes.
An advisor.
Because you cannot advise them properly.
The person who's promoting you or who's taking care of you.
Yes.
May not be a correct advisor. Those ones help.
Right.
But not advice. You remember the two groups that came to Solomon, and of course that
women. Yes.
No, there are two groups. The young men came.
Okay.
And the old men
That's
came.
a different one. Yes.
The old men came and said, "Your father ruled with a hard on us.
Yes.
Hard fist.
Mm.
But you please relax and you will rule these people." They said, "Yes, go, come back. I'll tell you." But then after some time, the young men came and they said, "It is this. It must be digital and analog." So a division is caused.
Right.
In Malachi chapter 4 verse 6, God says, "In the end he will return the hearts of fathers to the sons, and the hearts of the sons to the fathers. Or else he will strike the land with a curse." So there should be no, even right now in Kenya, we are having that problem. And that's what we are praying for. There should be no gap between the youth and the elders. It's a parent and a child.
Yes.
So I have to hand over to the child.
Right.
So if the child says this guy does not matter, there's a place where I matter. That's why I'm where I am. I always say, if you had gray hair, then you don't want to reach in the evening. You want to die early. And so why should you die instead of accomplishing what God has proposed to? So there is something for us to pass on to the youth. And there is so much we also they really owe us.
Right.
Yeah. Because the youth, for example, are the security force of any nation and family. And they are also the labor force
for that nation.
But now wisdom of say, go slow here, do this here, so that the unity of the nation or of a village or of a county
Right.
Yeah. So what normally I share with most of these leaders is that they should avoid confrontational, leadership. Or you destroy another, and if you destroy another and you go there, he will come down also to plan for your down.
That's true.
You should support him, pray for him.
Right.
If it's a wrong one, God who ordains these people will bring them.
Right.
Goliath played about the children of God. What happened? Small boy from the bush
came and
what about Nebuchadnezzar? Yeah, so God knows when to bring down a person.
Right.
But we are not supposed to bring down anybody. We should support.
Great. Bishop, as we wind down.
Yes, please.
And God has taken you to that level where you understand leadership and what it means for people to know that God is the one who ordains leadership and God is the one who orders leadership.
Yes.
Just advice to leadership, both those who are in leadership and those who are being led.
Okay.
Yes.
I think this is a message, the way I know, it's a message for this nation, Kenya.
Right.
Kenya, what is going to cause us more problems is the spirit of strife. Striving. Leadership is not meant to be striving. The young people should not strive for it. It is meant to be a blessing to the people because it is God ordained. It doesn't matter how a leader comes in. When God says yes, it doesn't matter. And we confirm that this guy has sat on any seat. It doesn't matter at what level.
Right.
The rest should sit back. The churches start praying for these people, for this person, and giving him time to fulfill the purpose for which God has allowed him.
Sure.
I'm telling you, if we do that, if he misbehaves, God will speedily
deal with that person.
Yes. So strife is what has brought us into this kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and corruption, which is disturbing a number of people, I think the Lord has ministered. I said, let these people behave like Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus was a very corrupt guy.
Yeah.
But when he came to realization, he said, hey, I'll give twice as much.
Right.
So if they were giving, if sometimes we say those who have illicit guns, maybe in a place like West Pokot and anywhere else,
yes,
they are given 1 month to bring.
Yes, and they do.
Yeah, let us tell these people to bring back the money.
Okay.
Without even sometimes naming all of them, but a few. Tell them, let the government say, we have your names. Bring it.
If you have stolen money, bring it back.
Just bring it back. We shall not even take you to court.
Right.
Because one way, if these people corrupt and we continue, when they reach 100 or 1,000 that were convicted, how much money shall you have taken?
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
So God was cautioning that it is corruption, if it's not handled from his divine point of view or perspective, it will cause us a problem.
Okay.
We need that unity.
Right.
We need respect for one another.
And to speak the same language.
Correct.
Thank you.
And patriotism should become the fastest thing in Kenya.
Right.
It is patriotism that will kill tribalism.
I like that. Patriotism will kill tribalism.
Yes.
Bishop, asante sana.
Asante.
Thank you for coming to share with us your testimony and just challenging us about leadership. Yeah. And we wish you well as you travel back to Busia and in the many African countries that you go and speak. Yeah. And may God bless you as you continue ministering.
Welcome.
Asante sana.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I go?
Okay.